Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show, the talk show for our community. Please welcome Rich-Cooley Ron Harrison-Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, Kathleen Biffle, and your host, Tim Grimes.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Prospector Radio. It's Sunday, October 22nd, and we're coming to you live like always. First off, let me introduce my co-hosts that are with us. Well, let me start a little differently. First, Ron still hasn't made it back. He just said to tell everybody hello, and hopefully he will be back here within a week or two, we're hoping. So he's working on getting that internet done and getting his house together, so he will be back. But on that note, first off, we're going to welcome Mr. Rich-Cooley. How are you, Rich?
Pretty good. How's everyone tonight?
Doing good, brother. What's been happening?
Oh, I think I'm about ready to sneeze here in a little bit, so I might. I'm pretty much working on my dredge. I got my final cleanup done, basically for the Crony Club outing. Mm-hmm. I posted it on the main page. I don't know how to post it in the Crony Club. I was going to post it in there, and I didn't know how to do it on the Facebook page for Prospector Radio. So,
okay,
but I put it in on the main page, and I got about 14 or 15 actually pickers that I could pick up with my fingers.
It looked good. It is peppery.
And it was killing, man. It was awesome.
You nailed it. Great job. Imagine what you blew out the bottom when.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I wanted to see what I did on the last day. Because I got my biggest pickers on the last day.
Right.
So that's why I was hoping somebody would get back in that hole, and because I already did all the dirty work. I mean, everything could have been right there for the getting, but man, I got some really nice gold the last day. I mean,
oh, it looked awesome.
But I had about 4 gallons in one bucket, and then I had a quarter of a bucket in the other one, and that quarter bucket was like a 3-hour run on Sunday there. But I had 4 gallons of other material that. What really gets me was. I probably would have had more gold, but 20 or 30 minutes of the gold went back into the creek on Sunday.
Right.
And that was my best day of running. So.
Right. As I said, it looks good. You got the picture up on the main page at GPS.
There was a lot of nice pickers there. I mean, it was really good gold.
Yes. Way to go. You did great. So.
And then I started the process of working on my dredge. I went to the store and got some stuff.
Got some parts.
Yep. Got some parts, and I'll be starting to tear it apart and redo it.
Nice. Good.
I'm going to redo the whole thing.
Yeah, winter hasn't even started yet, and you're already starting. See?
Yeah. I got some stuff I'm going to add tonight during our Cooley's Corner, and we'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Sounds interesting. Looking forward to Cooley's Corner tonight, for sure. I know you gave us a little sneak at what you're going to be talking about tonight.
Basically going to be on getting your gear ready for winter time.
Winterizing your equipment, huh? Very good. I think that's a good topic right now, seeing how it's getting colder here, and definitely a good idea. Thanks, Rich. Here.
All right, not a problem.
Thanks for being here, brother. Also joining us tonight, we got Miss Kathleen Biffle. How are you, Kathleen?
Oh, I'm exhausted.
Again? Why are you exhausted?
Those weekends of dredging and all the excitement that finding gold, that kind of thing. I'm just, whew. But we had a great weekend.
How'd you do?
I did really well. I haven't weighed it. Carrie and I went down on Friday night. Shad dropped me off, and then he went back home to go hunting with my brother. So we left Carrie and I down there that night. It was an adventure, to say the least. But then the next day, we got up and got set up in the creek and doused a couple areas that we liked. We were eyeballing the last time at the Crody's outing, and then this weekend we actually got to do it, and I just found a lot of gold.
Nice. Now, did you go back to
Carrie got a couple pickers.
Carrie always gets picklers,
Yeah, picklers.
Like. Yeah. Did you go to your
I had an
spot?
almost picker.
Now, was you in your?
It was more round.
Was you in your same hole, or did you pick a new spot?
No, we picked a new spot that we were looking at the last time, and we just were dowsing both of them. Like, well, let's just go someplace new and see what's up. And we were not disappointed.
Nice. I'm happy for you. Now, I want you to tell everybody. I know we was talking about this pre-show. Somebody come around and was passing out some flyers, right?
Yeah. Well, we were down in the creek today, and they pulled in on ATVs. And Shad, you have to keep me honest here. I might say it wrong or something.
Okay,
the sequence of events, but anyway.
PC about it.
Carrie went up, and she to the porta-john, and she came back with this flyer, and the neighbors had typed it up and put it in there, and they were appalled at the way that the prospectors were leaving their creek, and saying that we were leaving metal garbage behind. Nobody was picking up after themselves, and then of course all the rocks and the holes. So, and then they were going to contact the game warden and all of this stuff, and I just kind of felt uncomfortable after that. I didn't want to hang out too long today, so we packed up and left. But
sure,
it was, and then we're looking around the creek, and there's tires, there's gutters that are just lodged in the trees, and then they have toilets. I mean, there's a bunch of junk in that creek that we take out.
Yes,
and then I looked at my my gold pan full of junk, spark plugs, nails, you name it, and I could barely pick it up because I had so much.
Oh, see, ain't that crazy?
And it was just like, and I don't know, I just really hope that they don't start any trouble down there. And I just want to remind all of you folks, if you do visit anywhere, just fill in your holes.
Yeah, and pack out what you pack in, for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And a little extra if possible. Because, I mean, it's...
and always pick up your trash.
Yes, always. And, because we know how we leave things, and we always leave it
Please
better.
remember to dredge responsibly.
That's it. We leave it better than we found it. That's our goal.
Well, we don't... And I could see some of it where, when Bill was in the hospital...
Right.
Something happened while he was in there that these folks came down and started blasting away at the bank, and that upset the farmer behind him. And luckily, Bill was able to smooth things over. But all it takes is just one bad person, and to ruin it for everyone.
Yes,
and that's such a great place to be. And and Bill loves seeing everybody when we go down there, because he always comes down and talks, and today he had his little walker and he just walked right down to the creek with it.
That's awesome.
I mean, he just loves visiting with people, and that would be a shame if a few rotten apples spoiled it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I just wanted you to make everyone aware of that about that, and so hopefully everybody keep an eye out if they go down there or anywhere they go to. If you see something, a can or water bottle, pick it up, take it out of there with you. Throw some rocks in your holes.
So that really gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, sure it would. After that,
Carrie and I were frightened on Friday night. We thought we heard something.
Yeah, and didn't you say there's somebody that does their laundry down in the creek?
Yeah, that the neighbors like, could you guys not be in there till noon because we're washing our clothes? And I'm like, well, detergent can't be very good for the water either.
Exactly. That's why I'd be more worried about the detergent than a couple of dredge holes or something. It's like,
I mean, we're respectful, and
of course
we didn't go in there before noon.
Well, way to go. See, you honored their wishes, so they shouldn't have nothing to gripe
I'm not
about.
there to start anything, that's for sure.
Right? No, of course not. It's like all we could do is try, and I know we do try our best to always make it better than it was when we got there, and. So just a heads up, everybody, make sure you do that, because you just never know. All it takes is one person to get something started, and it could ruin it for everybody. So Just a little heads up there. So Kathleen,
That was excitement.
yeah, it would be. Definitely, it's weird excitement though. At the same time, that's.
And
I
Chad
don't know.
got a couple ducks, so it was worth, our night of terror. Being left down there by ourselves.
Oh my gosh. Well, you got some ducks then, so you can have duck dinner.
Yeah, I haven't decided how I'm going to cook it yet, but I love it. So
It's good.
yay, Shad.
Yay, Shad. Yeah. Speaking of Shad, how's he doing tonight?
He's back here.
He's back there, our producer. He's back there being quiet. Is he producing?
I'm here.
How'd you do today, Shad?
Oh, good. I was going to jump in Rich's hole because, when I was in and out of cell service driving all over Ohio, I saw his message with all that gold he found.
Oh, you did?
But, yeah, I was talking with Bill, and so I kind of checked out another side of it, of the creek that Bill was wondering about, too.
Mhm.
But I found quite a bit.
Cool.
So, not many
I'll be right
pickers.
back. I'll be right back.
Yes, right. Sure. No problem, brother.
Not as many pickers, obviously, but I found a lot of big peppers because on it, I only got to run maybe a half a day today at that. And then I ran into this giant boulder I could not move myself, so I just went around it. But I really liked the spot that Bill was kind of wanting to check out. So had a good time, good weekend, and had fun hanging out with Kathleen and Carrie and meeting a few other people that came out and were prospecting there too. So it was a good weekend.
Good.
Yeah, talking about the show, and
Oh, great.
somebody was already a member that they saw us at the Dayton Gold Show, and they had signed up.
Oh, that's cool.
And and then they were all excited when we told him who we were, and he was a newbie, and he brought his cousin out there.
Yeah, his cousin and sister.
Yeah.
Because I guess they make some type of special camping candles.
Yeah. And he was impressed that Carrie and I were women out there just, trudging along with our dredges and wetsuits. And he was just like, wow, I got to get my cousin and her daughter out, my niece. And
that's
it was pretty
awesome.
cool.
Well, that's pretty cool that it's actually somebody that we met at the Dayton
Yeah.
Gold Show last year, and they signed up at our booth last year and got to meet you today. So that is pretty darn cool. Small world, Kathleen, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty neat. So hopefully they're listening tonight and hear that you gave them a big shout out there. That's awesome. Way to go, guys. Pretty cool. You guys had a good weekend then.
Yeah, very good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it, man. And I want to thank you both for being here tonight as well. And it's going to be a good show, for sure.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay. And last but not least, the Indiana Gold Hunter himself, Dennis. I'm a little teapot Dayton. How you doing tonight, Dennis?
I am sore, but I tell you what,
what are you sore from?
dredging all weekend.
Oh,
I ran Jonathan's 4-inch, the one he custom made, the one out there at that claimed little piece of paradise, and Corey Hagerman. I let him run my 3-inch.
Oh, Corey
and
made it? Okay.
I think he got better gold than I got, and
wow.
I killed it. I mean, I absolutely killed it. We actually had people that came in from Illinois, of course, Indiana, Ohio, and Kentucky.
Oh, wow. 4 states.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool. So good
Yeah,
turnout.
it was a really, really good outing. We had the owner of the property that actually owns the place. He brought down duck eggs and chicken eggs, and then and he also raises hogs, so gave us a bunch of sausage that he had made up, and it was awesome.
Oh, man.
We got in. I tell you what, the water was cold. It was cold Saturday morning, but yeah, we got in and we just started dredging, and of course, by the end of the day, it was nice. The water was nice, and then got in today and actually ran till 3 o'clock. And I didn't even realize it was 3 o'clock. Corey looked at me and said, "Hey, man, it's 3 o'clock." I went, "Oh, we better start packing up."
So how far away was that for you?
Oh, it's only about a 40-minute drive.
Okay, so not too bad for you then. You didn't have to go.
Oh, no, 40 minutes. Nah.
Don't you like when it's that close?
Oh, I love it when it's that close. And I'll be going back there a lot more.
Any of them close places are awesome.
I posted some pictures on the main page of the site. So just to kind of give you a little sneak peek at some of the gold that we got. But when I get the video uploaded, man, it was unbelievable.
Nice.
That's
cool. Yeah, I'm glad you had a good weekend too. All you guys did, you know.
Yeah, we absolutely killed it and ate. Oh my God, I bet I gained about 20 pounds.
Oh, I bet if you was eating pig and duck eggs and chicken.
Oh yeah, I tell you what, man, when you eat duck eggs and chicken eggs that are actually, not from the store.
Oh yeah, I love.
And then you go buy chicken eggs or anything, chicken eggs from the store and you eat them. They're nasty. They're basically don't even have any taste to them.
Right. It seems like the ones you get from people that raise them, they're just so much more tastier, don't they? They get the yolks more flavorful for some reason. I ain't never had duck eggs. They taste like chicken eggs.
Yeah, actually they do. It actually it's a little bit more. It's more richer.
Really?
Yeah, it's really, really, really good. And just almost every duck egg that we opened up was a double yolker, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. I want that one.
Oh, that make a good egg sandwich.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, I was pretty impressed. When I ran the 4-inch, Jonathan, he likes to run the docks matting. And I'm not used to that, having very little cons.
Right.
Do a clean out, because I'm used to my other one because I've always I like to have a little bit more cons to go through. I don't know, it's just me. I'm weird, I guess. But yeah, I'm walking out of there with less than a half a 5-gallon bucket after all the runs and cleanups that I did. And Corey, he's got a 5-gallon bucket full and a couple coffee cans full. And but I kind of liked it because I was really, even the super, super fine gold that Matt caught.
Oh, yeah.
Surprised me.
That's nice. Like we always say, everybody's got their favorites. To each their own. But
Yeah. I still like my setup the way I have on my dredge, and I think the way it worked good is because Jonathan he actually builds his own dredges, and it's actually raised up above the floats,
right?
And you can actually put the proper tilt to run the hog matting. So instead of like a regular dredge, you got to kind of pull your dredge out as far as you can and throw some rocks on the floats to get it to lean down. And his that he makes, you can actually, it's really cool. So
yeah, I seen it when we was down at Bill's. When he took the mat out, that thing almost stood up on end. It was pretty weird. And then he puts the mat in, it goes like, I was like, what the hell's wrong with that dredge? Thing looks like it's ready to flip over. Yeah.
And he had a beast out there. He just built a 6-inch and he necked it down to a 4. And man, I tell you what, he put a hole in there. I could have pulled a Volkswagen in it and parked it. I'm running the 4-inch. Well, even though it's necked down to 4-inch, boy, that thing was.
Oh, I bet
it was eating and eating and.
I bet that thing will punch a hole quick, won't it? Man.
Oh man.
Good.
Oh yeah.
That would be crazy to have.
So you didn't even run yours, Dennis?
No, Corey ran mine.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was good. Corey made it out with you.
Oh yeah, Corey ran my dredge, and I think when he gets done cleaning it up, I think he's got me beat because he really killed it.
Man, Corey, if you're listening tonight, make sure you post a picture of that. We want to see how you did.
Who was it? Was it Corey Hagerman?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually when he left. He said he was going to be. He'd probably get home like right at 8 o'clock, so he said he'd be about 30 minutes late. I don't know if he can actually listen from his phone or not, but man, every time, and then he'd start bringing the pens over to show me, and I'd say, man, just stay over there. I don't want to see that. Just.
That's cool. Now, didn't you say a couple of our a couple of our friends made it out there to see you last night. Was it Ken and Clint from Gold Claw?
Yep, Ken and Clint. They actually came out, and they actually found, when we're out in, way out in the sticks, and Clint and Ken came out Friday night and hung out with us at the bonfire we had, and then they came out again Saturday night.
They must have been bored, huh? They said, we're coming and hanging out with you guys after the show. That's awesome. Good.
And actually, it was funny because when Ken got there, Ken and Clint got there Friday night. Ken, of course, the American Prospector Ken, he had his socks and shoes off right in that creek he'd go and pan and stuff. Using the Gold Claw. Just doing some samples of stuff there, and it's you can't keep him out of the creek.
Oh,
and it
awesome.
Had to have been cold. Yeah, he just took sock shoes and rolled his pant legs up, and away he went in the water.
That's great, man.
But he dropped off. Man, it was really cool because he dropped off one of those pocket.
Oh, the pocket pan.
I got one.
Yeah,
they are so cool.
I guess they're going to call in tonight after Cooley's Corner and tell us a little bit about that. And they want to give a couple shout-outs to some people to help them out with that. And I told them that'd be fine,
He showed me a technique to use. They found out a really good way where it's really good with black sands. So maybe he'll talk about that. I don't know.
For the pocket pan or with the regular?
Oh yeah, he showed me that one of the guys took some black sand and put it in there, and they kind of held it and tilted it a certain way. And he said, "Man, all the black sand. I guess it's kind of like a shaker table. It was, it's like a shaker table. The black sand's running off here, and then all the gold would stay right there on the edge and just wouldn't move."
Well, that's pretty neat.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Those pocket pans they're really cool.
Yeah, I guess they're now going into production with them, so we'll be hearing from them later on. Like I said, after Cooley's Corner, they'll call in and give us a little heads up on that, what's going on with it and stuff. So, be good to hear from them. But
I also wanted to say to a big thank you and welcome to our new patron subscriber, David Spencer.
Oh wow! Well, welcome,
David.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. We really appreciate it. Way to go, David. So it's always nice getting a new patron. So that is cool. We really, 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 really appreciate you, David, and all of our patrons that we have. But thank you. Big time. So nothing else going on, Danny?
Well, I mean, besides, of course, I go in tonight at midnight. I'm back on 8 hours.
Okay.
And so it's really nice because now I get every weekend off.
For real.
I have, yes. Dennis is going to be in the creek even a lot more.
Right.
Having every weekend off, and so that means I don't have to worry about missing every other Wednesday show or every other Sunday show. Unless something happens to where, overtime occurs, Dennis will be there every Wednesday and every Sunday on the show.
All right, I'm writing that down. Dennis will be here.
Write it down.
Every Wednesday.
Yes, I'm excited. It was awesome to get 8 hours and have every weekend off now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we want to let everybody know that's listening that the very first snowfall that we get here in Indiana, we're going to have a polar bear outing there at a Little Piece of Paradise.
Oh.
So we can't put a date on it. It's just, the first weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's the first weekend we have snow on the ground.
Okay.
We're gonna have a big shindig there.
Oh, wow. That sounds not interesting to me. Because I hate the cold.
There'll be more firewood there. There'll be nice fires going, and I'm sure we're going to have more duck eggs and
me though. You know how I am. I hate the cold. I hibernate. I'm worse than a bear when that snow stuff.
Man, I'll tell you, you put a wetsuit on and it's not bad.
Oh, yeah.
A wetsuit.
Yeah, I know. I got one, but I'm cold.
Oh man. Yeah, I heard. And what's this now? I just want to ask a question.
Uh-huh.
Christy had me laughing the other day when I seen this post. What's this about you shivering and complaining? And...
I was whining, and I actually literally was whining, so she got me on that one.
Oh, man. I wanted to post that
my
baby
friggin'
Timmy
hand
picture.
hurt. My leg hurt. I was cold. It was like, wah. And I told her.
I was actually woke up this morning by a noise. I heard a noise. That's what woke me up this morning.
It was probably me whining. I was whining, yeah. So, yeah, I gave her the right to call me on that one because I said, yes, I am whining, so go ahead and tell everybody.
I think you saw the picture that I posted.
Yeah.
I took a picture of him.
I'm glad I made it. You know?
Yeah, it was baby Timmy and them pesky cats.
I'm glad me and my cats made it. Awesome, brother. Well, I'm glad you made it tonight. You know?
Oh, yeah. Glad to be here.
Good to have you back. Now we can just get Ron back up and running. We'll have the whole crew here. That'll be great, you know. So on that note, let's take a quick commercial break, and then we'll come back with Cooley's Corner. We'll be right back, everybody.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
Just stopped by on my way home to show you all my gold.
You've been digging into some Jimbo's gold pay dirt.
Yeah, Jimbo's Gold made me a hero.
Huh?
Got an amazing idea and supplies on sale from Jimbo's website. With bad weather, bored kids, and stressed wife, I threw a panning party for the kids and their friends. All the moms got a break, kids had a blast. Hero.
Happy kids, happy wife, great gold. That's why Jimbo's Gold is always my first choice.
Did you teach panning or share your prospecting knowledge? Then you are our hero. Tell us your story for a chance to receive a hero's reward at www.jimbosgold.com/hero.
Welcome to Cooley's Corner. Join Rich Cooley as he talks about equipment, new products, and so much more for all us prospectors and treasure hunters. Here's Rich.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cooley's Corner. And that's spelled with C-O-O-L-E-Y, not C-O-L-I-I-E, or whatever they wrote on the site. Collie or something, I don't know.
Collie's Corner.
Collie's Corner.
That was our buddy Spot Swift Water Tony that did that.
Oh,
imagine that would do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about winterizing your gear.
Okay.
Basically, it could go into a long affair, but I'm just going to try to keep it short and sweet. Basically, the first thing you ought to be doing anyway is making sure every time you go out, you ought to be checking your gear. And you ought to have spare items, especially if you have items that you have to take apart while you're out there to do a clean out. Like when I bought this new dredge of mine, it actually had nuts and bolts holding the riffle set in. You know, and one side had wing nuts and the other had nuts. Well, you need to make sure that you carry extra ones of that because sure enough, I dropped one. You know, so I had to get a wing nut from somebody else while I was there. But I mean, certain items like that, you need to make sure that you keep on hand. When you winterize your items, it all depends on when you're going to do it and how you should do it. And what I mean by that is like, for example, we just had this outing in Cronies Club. And, you know, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get out again this year. And knowing that in the end of October and in the middle of the October, I was probably pretty well done. So basically what I did was I actually had stable in my gas already. And that's the first thing. When I'm getting close at the end of the year, when I bring gas out, I always put stable in it. Stable is a stabilizer. Basically, any condensation in your gas or whatever, it'll take care of it. And what I do is I usually run that through. Now, this year, actually, because I'm not done with my motor yet, I need to do some work on it, so I didn't completely run out of the gas. But usually what I will do is I'll use that gas the whole time when I fill up. That way that stabilizer is already running through it while I'm doing it. So I'll fill a whole 5-gallon jug for, you know, for that time that I'm going to be out there, and that stabilizer will already be in there. So as I'm running every fill up, I have stabilizer in there. Right. And usually what I do is, like, I didn't this time because, like I said, I got to do engine work, is you turn the gas off. Turn the gas off, let the motor run out. That way all the gas is out of the line and you don't have any fuel in there that can actually, you know, affect your carburetors. Because what usually happens is that ethanol and everything will get in there and it'll gum it up. And it'll probably have the same problem which I have now, which when you go to run next season and you try to turn your choke off, it'll stall. Because right now I can only run mine with a quarter choke on it. Right. You know, and that means basically you have carburetor issues. We have a jet that's plugged or a pinhole in the baffle or something, you know. There's some issues with that, which I'm going to get fixed. Right. So that's why I didn't actually winterize mine. But that's normally what I would do. I would actually turn the gas off, run it. There's some people, like Darth, he does it every time he goes out. He'll actually run his empty of gas every time he goes out. Yeah. And that way, because, you know, so you don't have the gas sitting in the carburetor getting everything all gummed up. Because the ethanol and the gas nowadays will really mess up your carburetors. So the other thing of it is making sure that you go through all your gear. You know, at the end of the season while it's packing up, you need to check your hoses, make sure there's no cracks or any holes in them. Check your sluice boxes and your dredges for any kind of loose gear, any rusted bolts or whatever. You need to get them replaced over the wintertime. You know, that way if you do have to take them off the next season, it's all taken care of. You need to do all that stuff at home. That way when you go out, you don't have the issue with doing that. Sure. And also what I usually do is I'm dealing with hose clamps. You know, they are a dangerous item, especially when you're working around stuff, because you can get caught on your wetsuits, you know, rip a hole of them on your waders. Like I did that one year. I had my dread nozzle and I had to take it apart to get a clog out of it. Put it back on, and I looked down and here the clamp was rubbed a hole in my freaking waders. Wow. You know, just because I did not put tape back around it. Gotcha. You know, and that's one of the things that you should do. I mean, when you're dealing with those clamps, they have sharp edges on them. Sure. I usually do duct tape, you know, put Gorilla Tape around them, tape them up. And if I need to tear that apart in the field, once I take that tape off, that tape gets placed in my bag. I don't leave it lay on the ground, and it goes home with me. And then I tear it apart, put it back together, and retape it back up. You know, so little things like that can go a long ways when you're dealing with your gear. Heck yeah. Actually, there's stuff that I'm going to be working on with my dredge, and I learned this from David Bogan, the master of disaster. I don't want to say this the wrong way, but when you have to take a foot valve and you have to move it up and down real fast, like in the water to get it to prime every time,
right?
That drives me nuts. And I refuse to do it anymore. Yeah. I will not be doing that anymore.
It's a pain.
There's no way.
Yeah, agreed.
So my remedy to this is just like David Bogan did with his. Basically, coming off his pump, he put a T. Mm-hmm. He put a T there, and, I'm going to have a quick connect on mine for my pressure hose. And then the top hole that's on the top where the T is just a regular plastic plug. Okay. You screw that plug out, and you dump your water in, and that water will fill up your foot valve and fill up your line there. And that way, when you put the cap on, you fire it up, you're going to have water instantly, right away.
Good idea.
So I'm throwing that out there. That was his idea, and it worked awesome. I didn't see him over there doing the same problem that I had. Right. And it was like every time the leaves got plugged on the foot valve, I had to idle it down, and then when I shook the thing, it lost prime. So then I had to shut it off, prime it again, and it just took up too much time. Mm-hmm. And David's like, hey, why don't you do this? And I'm like, yeah, So I went and got all that stuff today, and I'm going to be working on that this winter here to make sure but I wanted to pass that out to everybody. That's a real good idea.
Definitely.
To keep it prime. Now, the other thing with it is what you got to understand is, me, myself, I want to be able to take my motor off. So I'm going to put wing nuts on, and I'm going to ensure that they don't come loose or anything while I'm out there. Mm-hmm. And the reason why is because the pumps on these motors do not have a drain plug.
Right.
And you should actually tilt them to get the water out of them, because you don't want the water laying in there over the wintertime, because that can corrode that impeller and everything in there. So it's best to get the water out of them if you can. There's really no easy way to do it. So that's why I know Carrie said she just tilts hers over to get their water out, but I want to be able to remove my motor and just lay it down on its side a little bit to drain the water out of it.
Right.
I don't know what a lot of other people does. Maybe somebody can put in the chat room what they do to get the water out of it. But I suggest that, you should be draining your water out, especially if you're using the Harbor Freight pumps, when we go out and do the high banking and stuff like that. They have a drain valve in the bottom of them. Right. They're easy to drain, not a problem. But these Prolines and Keens and all that stuff, their pumps does not have drain valves on them. So
correct.
So let's see. Paul put something on the site there for ethanol-free gas or something.
Yeah.
So
I put a cap full, because I've actually had my pump crack before. So I put a cap full of antifreeze in the bottom of mine, just a cap full.
Yeah.
And then and I get it out, and I get it flushed out though before I put it on the water.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Easy enough to do.
Yep.
Yeah, because you don't want that running through your box.
No. I
want that antifreeze running through your box.
Yeah, I flush it out before it goes in the creek.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure they got some kind of antifreeze that's good for the environment too, so that wouldn't hurt it. If a little bit was still left behind, it wouldn't be damaging to the environment as well. So, yeah, that's a good tip.
Well, as expensive as antifreeze is, when I get it flushed out, it goes back in my antifreeze bottle in case we need it for one of the vehicles.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could go a step further and drill and tap the pump and put a drain plug in it, if you wanted to. But I'm like Rich. I take my motor off and I just dump it and get all the water out of it, and then I run.
And a lot of other people, they bring their pump in the house, or they bring it in a place where it's warm. I'll have mine in the garage over the winter. So.
Yeah, mine sits in the garage too. But I do like Dart does also. I run the gas out of it when I'm prospecting. When I'm done, I shut the gas off and let it run out of the carburetor, and then it's good to go. So
some people say they can't hear you, Tim. No, I don't know that. Scott Swiftwater Tony says I can't hear Tim, and there was a couple other people that said
I
the same
was
thing.
sitting back from my microphone a minute ago when I was just.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm sitting up next to it. I bet you everybody can hear me now.
Oh, I bet I can hear you loud and clear. I say that.
Now, Rich.
Yes.
You're talking about these things to do for winter care when you're not using the equipment. But what if you use it all winter?
Good
Do you want to talk about what we could do to keep our stuff running at its best when it's really, really cold?
What I would say is during this time of year, since you're getting cold snaps in the 30s and 40s and 50s, what I suggest to do is I would start putting stabilizer in your gas cans while you're using it. That way, if the motor does get warm and it's really cold outside, that will cause a condensation in your tank, which if you don't have stabilizer in, it could possibly give you an issue by having water in your gas. So I would start right now going ahead and doing that. When you fill up your 5-gallon gas jug, I think it's like 1 ounce or 2 ounce or something. You have to read the bottle there. I think it's 1 ounce per 5 gallons or something like that. It's very minimal. I mean, you don't have to put very much of that stuff in there.
No.
But they also buy stable bottles that actually have a measuring tube on them. You tilt them over and it fills up to the ounces that you want, and then you tilt it back up, and then all you do is pour it in. It already measures it for you.
That'd be good.
So they're pretty cool. But other things I would say is, of course, keeping water out of it, or keeping the motor inside in a warm area, at least above 50, 60 degrees. You don't want it sitting out in your shed where it's 30, 20, 30, 40 degrees, because I guess if there's still a little water in there, they can crack. Dennis, you said you had one crack before?
Oh yeah, it's been about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like my gas in my gas tank. I never leave my gas tank empty in the wintertime.
Right.
Because I don't want it rusting.
And that's another thing, Kathleen, and when you're done, do you run yours out? Do you turn your gas off of yours?
No, I don't. I should probably.
Something you might want to think about, because when you're done using it for the winter, you don't know when that's going to be. It might be one of these times that, hey, I'm done. I'll go ahead and run it out. So I'm not telling you have to.
No.
It's just a suggestion,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
It only takes a minute. When you turn your gas off, a couple minutes, it'll run and idle, and then
Yeah.
I
I know that one time Dart turned his off, and I swear to goodness, it was 4 or 5 minutes that thing was running.
It will.
When's this thing gonna die?
It will.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was being generous at a minute. It is like 4 minutes, Rich.
Tim, on your backpack,
Uh-huh.
since it's like mine, how long does it take you to go through a tank of gas? Because it seems it takes mine forever.
Now,
to run
see,
out of
mine's
gas.
just the opposite. I seem like I go through a tank of gas in an hour.
Oh my! Okay.
And I believe that is
I've yet to run it all the way through.
But mine is like Rich's. I have carburetor issues, so I can't open my choke up all the way. I gotta have.
And that's why he's burning fuel.
And I'm burning a lot more fuel because of it. And
okay.
Yeah, definitely. I know that's the reason why I'm using so much gas. Guaranteed.
When you cannot turn your choke all the way off and you keep running it that way, one thing, you're fouling your plug.
Right.
Spark plug, and 2, you're burning more fuel.
Yep, definitely.
And that's why I'm getting mine fixed, because I don't want to have to deal with that issue.
Sure.
And then if it does make the spark plug bad, then there I am out there.
Yeah.
I would usually carry a spark plug with me anyway from now on, but that's one of the other things you should do is, when you check your equipment, make sure that you're carrying stuff with you.
Yeah.
What happens if you grab a hold of your pull rope and you pull it and it breaks? You're done. Unless you carry an extra rope with you to be able to take those all they are is like little 3 screws, pull that housing off, and you have the set right in your hand. All you got to do is wind it back up and put your new rope in there, and you're ready to go again in about a half hour,
Now,
So it's good to have that extra stuff with you. Now there's different sizes, diameters also of ropes.
now there ain't nothing that we need to worry about with our mats and stuff for the wintertime, is there, Rich?
Not necessarily, but I suggest do not store them with material in them.
Okay.
I've seen a couple people and talked to a couple people before that says, "Oh, I don't even clean it out. I just let the material in." Well, I'll tell you what, I did that one time, and I'll never do it again because it is so hard to get dried material out of matting once it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially if it freezes or gets cold and sticks to it. You know, always make sure your mattings are cleaned and never store them rolled up because they will make that form. Always try to lay them out flat the way they are in your box.
Mm-hmm.
I know Sam used to store his up rolled up in a 5-gallon bucket. And that always kind of questioned me because, you know, are they going to stay that form when you go to put them in the box? He never had any issue.
Right.
But I was just wondering, does he store them like at home? Or does he only do it for hauling, you know, from home to the creek, you know?
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I always seen him, he stored them in a 5-gallon bucket, and they were all rolled up. They were Gold Hog matted.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, you know, if that's the way he normally stores them or if he only did it to get them to the creek.
Oh,
because I would suggest to store them laying flat. You know, that way when they don't have a bad habit of curling up on you, you know.
And hoses, just make sure they're drained real well, too.
I would make sure they're drained, and I usually hang mine up. I have hooks in my shed. Basically, they're long arm hooks. They stick out about, you know, a foot from the wall, and I can make big loops and put all the hoses up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then that time, like I said, make sure that you check everything, make sure the clamps are taped, and make sure everything is all good to go for next season.
Right.
But I'm going to be going through my whole dredge this year and redoing a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
So.
Very cool.
Anybody have anything else they want to add that I forgot?
I'm thinking for a minute because there was something I was thinking of. Crap.
Okay.
What about your floats?
Floats, I would definitely check them over. I'm going to actually take mine off, and then just to make sure, I'm going to make sure there is no water in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
Because every once in a while when you're pulling them in and out, you could possibly get water in your, you actually have a little small hole in there at the top of it. And I was actually talking to Ken about this last week. You know, he suggested that if you do have a real small hole in them, and if it's possible to drill them out a little bit bigger, do that. Because what happens is in the summertime when it gets real hot and those things can't breathe, they will collapse. And they will suck in on you, and they could cause a crack.
Really?
So, or they will blow up. They'll get real big, like a gas can out in the winter or out in the summertime, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How it starts puffing out the sides. If that doesn't have a good vent hole in it with enough air, it's called a weep hole. That can cause you issues. So
okay. Good to know.
Because he told me to check mine to make sure it had a pretty good sized hole in it. If not, make them bigger.
Yeah, because it seems like winter's our enemy with prospecting equipment because it's always
Right.
in the water. So if it's
Right.
possible,
And the other thing of it is if you're dealing with your dredge and you store it outside and your pontoons are outside, that's plastic. When it gets cold, it gets brittle.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta be careful not to throw something up on it or you're going to buy another float, you know.
Now, do you recommend, like, say, Kathleen, she runs hers in the wintertime. Should she be running a heavier oil or something like that, or a thinner oil? Do you think she should?
I really don't think it does that much.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I mean, I don't do any different like that when I used to run in the wintertime all the time.
Okay.
You know,
All right. Good. Just wondering.
not for the motors.
Okay.
I mean, when you're running generators and stuff like that, I would say yes.
Okay.
Because your generator is sitting out in the cold, you know, 15 degrees, stuff like that. Hers is actually coming out of the warm into a cold area and then going back into the warm.
Right.
If it's going to be staying out like a generator and stuff like that, then yes, it should have different oil in it.
Okay. All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Does make sense to me. Now, what about, like David posted in the chat room, what about the O-rings? Is there any maintenance we could do to them to help them ensure that they're good for the next season?
All the O-rings in your hoses?
Yeah.
I would suggest cleaning them out real good, and you can put like spray WD-40 on them a little bit, clean them off.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think there's really any other maintenance technique that you can really use on that.
Mm-hmm. I think
it says, how do you use stable? Use stable only with fresh fuel and keep gas or can at 95% full to avoid condensation building up in the tank during storage. That was written by Keith.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's basically what it is. Stable goes in your fuel.
Yeah. So cool. Very cool. I'm trying to think what else. Let's see. Hoses, motor, floats. Those are our things that are going to get water in them. That I'm top of my head. Am I missing something here?
Well, I would also check the mattings, check the mattings, make sure that they're not getting wore out. And I am going to do this on mine. I'm going to take if you have miner's moss, this would be the best time to let them dry out and then beat the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Put them in something and beat them, trying to see if you can get any more gold out of them that you can.
Yeah, why not, right?
And then after you do it while it's dry, then put them in a wet tank, like a wet masonry tub, and just work them and try to see if there's any other gold in them. Clean them out real good for the season.
Yeah.
Get them ready for next year.
Yeah.
You never know. You might have a picker, couple pickers.
You never know.
There
could be something trapped in there. Something lodged in there that just didn't come out when you rinsed it, and it's just hanging on in there. And it's not
you
letting
never know
go.
until you do it.
It could be a big
the other thing of it is your classifier screens.
Yeah, you've often
I've
mentioned
said that before.
Yep.
I've found so much gold just left in my classifier stream.
That's amazing.
I take a 5-gallon bucket and I'll tilt the classifier up the other way, and I'll get a toothbrush and I'll just sit there with the toothbrush and just screen it and just wipe it off, especially your 30, 50, and your 100. And that material will fall right down in your 5-gallon bucket.
Mm-hmm.
And then put water in there and then put it over in your pan and pan it out, and you should have gold. Because there's always gold getting stuck in your classifiers.
Right. Yeah.
Clean them screens out real good. Let them dry out, tap them on the inside there, and then take a brush them out.
Yeah. Good cleaning all that stuff, I think.
It's best to do it while it's dry because it'll flake off a lot easier than it is when it's wet.
Oh, gosh, yeah. You let them dry out real good, and you'd be surprised, like you said, what comes out of there. Especially I know that carpet is a good one for that, too. So it's just one of them things.
Ronald asked, my pump is in my garage. Will my garage be warm enough? Well, it depends if your garage is attached to your house. If your garage is not attached to your house and you walk in your garage and see your breath, then it probably might be an issue.
I would think it's cold then, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't get below 50 degrees in your garage, which if it's attached to your house, it probably shouldn't. You shouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, I just would rather be safe than sorry,
Yeah.
It's just, it's a bottle of fuel stabilizer. Pick up a bottle, add it, be safe. You don't want to have problems, and make sure that water's out of that pump, because it's just like, you don't want to, all of a sudden spring comes and you're ready to go prospecting, you get out to the creek and fire it up.
Sad.
Yeah, you fire it up, next thing you know, water's shooting out the side of your pump because it's cracked wide open, or it won't prime up because it's got a big crack, or blew a seal because of the ice. I mean, it's just something that's worth, half an hour of your time to get it ready. To know it's when spring comes, hey, I'm good.
Exactly. You have all winter to go over this stuff. You know, with Kathleen, she's the polar bear, so she gets out. So she has to make sure that she has to make sure she checks her stuff when she comes back. That way she's ready for next time when she goes out.
Right. Yeah, she'll have to do that each time because she might be going again in February, but then again, it could be so bad she can't go. So that's something she's going to have to do each time she goes out during the winter months. And
that's why I suggest, if you don't know when you're going out the next time, best thing to do is just go ahead and run out of gas.
Agreed. You're right.
That way it's clear. it's ready to go.
Yeah, you know that carburetor's empty, and it's just best to do. Because also sometimes you got to watch with them Honda engines. If you leave the gas on sometimes, now they can start dumping the gas in the oil. Mine did
They'll
that.
dump it in the cylinder, too.
Mine did that, yeah. I mean, I left the gas on one time, and I got to the creek, and I fired it up, and my dredge was smoking like a locomotive. And what had happened is the gas got down through the cylinder and into my oil. So I had to shut it down, drain the oil all out. And good thing I had a quart of oil with me. I was able to put fresh oil in, and after a little bit, it was fine. But since that happened, I always run the gas out. When I'm done, I shut it off. I burn that gas out so I know there's no chance of it.
Yeah, something probably stuck in there. And
I don't know.
It left it open. And...
yeah, and it got down into the oil, and it could have ruined that whole motor. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really lucked out on that one. So it's just something that doesn't hurt to do, I think. You know,
right.
Really.
Now I'm scared because I don't do it.
Yeah.
Well, just start doing it.
Just start doing it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just start. It's a good habit to get into, I like to say. Yeah, definitely. Just in case, Kathleen.
Right.
And everybody. You know, it's worth it. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm no expert, but it just makes sense to me. You know, I don't know. I think
that's about it.
That
That's
might
all
have
I got.
covered it,
So
Rich.
if they want to call in, they could call in.
Somebody was wanting to call in. They can go ahead and call in now before I go to a commercial. You know, so you know who you are. Give us a call. 419-520-7574. Here you go.
You're listening to Prospectors Radio on the Gold Prospectors Space Network. Phone lines are open. Have a question? Give us a call. 419-520-7574.
Easy peasy, mac and cheesy. That's the number. Just give us a call. We're here. And I know our friends Clinton Ken from Gold Claw will be calling in. Here's that caller, I think. Or this could be Clinton Ken, too. All right. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Tim and everybody. My name's John Hunt. I'm from Circleville,
Hey,
Ohio.
John. How are you, John?
Had better weekends.
Oh, okay.
He was on his way to
kind of knows the story.
Kathleen knows the story, you said?
Yeah, he was on his way
story.
to Prospect with Jeff, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
Well,
then what
we left
happened?
here about 7 o'clock that morning, or Thursday morning, and on our way down to Double D to go dredging. We got about maybe a mile and a half north Waverly, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And this young girl in her 20s decided she was going to, from a dead stop, floor it. She come out, hit the back part of Jeff's truck, and hit his trailer so hard it basically totaled it.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
And the dredges, too, right?
The dredges, too? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Well, the trailer had Jeff's floating dredge and his wife's floating dredge in it, and I was going to use his wife's floating dredge down there.
Mm-hmm.
But her dredge was right up by the side door where a good portion of the damage to the trailer was.
Oh, wow. Man. Now, when did this happen, John?
It was about 17 after 8 this past Thursday morning.
Oh, so this just happened. Holy
Yeah.
cow. Man, oh man. Now, do you guys know if she had insurance?
As far as we know, she's supposed to have full coverage.
Okay.
But she actually totaled 2 vehicles in one shot.
Oh, my gosh. Man, oh man, oh man.
Just glad everybody was okay, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her airbags on her car never deployed from where she hit us.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
And what kind of car was she driving?
It was a Ford something, or Taurus or something like that. It's a fairly new car.
That's weird, isn't it? Man, oh
Now, if you had damage like that to a dredge, could you claim that on your insurance since it was in your vehicle?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's why we haven't took his wife's dredge out of the trailer, because it's up there where all the damage is, and we can see there's some damage done to one of the floats on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm almost positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
geez, we're so sorry you didn't get to go out this weekend.
That's horrible.
Yeah, because Jeff and I was going to go Thursday, Friday, and yesterday down to Double D.
Oh man,
so that ruined our dredging for probably pretty much the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's terrible, John. I'm with Kathleen though. Just glad nobody got hurt, and dredges can be replaced for sure in vehicles, but you guys can't.
She actually hit us so hard, she actually ripped the whole driver's side front tire clear off with parts still on it.
Jesus God. Man, was she drunk or something, or?
No, she was coming off dirt road going back to like about 3 houses.
Mm-hmm.
And she tried to say that she didn't see us. Well, we hit some fog just on the other side of Chillicothe. Well, Jeff's lights automatically come on, so he ended up turning his fog lights on too.
Mm-hmm.
How can you not see 4 sets of lights coming at you?
Yeah, right. That's weird. Yeah.
Well, the ball hitch, you know how they're supposed to be flat?
Mm-hmm.
It's actually bent in a 45-degree angle.
Wow.
Oh.
That's crazy. See, even David said if the trailer's attached to your vehicle, it's covered. So, yeah, that's what I would think, too. All the equipment inside would be covered. And if she has full coverage, then it's definitely paid for. Man, that's just nuts.
Well, he had insurance on his trailer, too.
Well, that's good. But he
good.
don't want his insurance having to pay for it. Let her insurance pay for it. It's her fault, It's, man, that's crazy. Man, we'll feel
But if she
bad
bent
for
the
you.
ball hitch like that, what they do to the reese hitch on it?
Mm-hmm.
That's an actual factory Ford installed reese hitch.
Yeah.
Because it's still got the Ford emblem on it.
Yeah, if it twisted that hitch, though, it probably twisted the frame, too. So,
Yeah.
It don't take much nowadays, seems like. So, man, that's just nuts, John. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Man.
Yeah.
Take it easy
I was
this
telling
winter.
Kathleen on Facebook, the only thing we can do now is just go painting.
Yeah. Back to the basics.
Back to
right?
old school ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless her insurance comes out, takes care of this real quick.
Well, they
and
might. Yeah. That's possible.
Jeff's already got an eye on another trailer.
Well, that's possible. They might settle up real quick. I mean, that's a possibility. And one, the only bright side is it did happen almost here at the end of the season. It didn't happen at the beginning of the year when you're just starting. It's like, if there is a bright side, I guess that would be it. But, man, John, I'm really sorry to hear that, brother.
Yeah.
You have to let us know how it all works out and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be letting Kathleen know because I believe I'm friends with her and Shad on Facebook. And I think I think I'm friends with you on there too. I think.
I believe
I'm not
so.
sure.
Yes, you are.
I thought it was, but I wasn't sure.
If you're not, you should be. Yeah, John, keep us posted, buddy. We're very sorry to hear that, man. For sure.
Yeah. Well, Jeff posted some pictures of it on Facebook. Chris Chadwick, he was one of them he sent it to, and Kathleen's seen some of the pictures he posted on it too.
It's crazy though, man. That is crazy. Well, like I said, at least you guys are okay. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Kathleen can definitely tell you he mangled up the trailer good.
Yeah. Whew, mercy. You just never know when it's going to happen. It's come out of nowhere like that. Man, John.
Yeah.
Crazy, brother. Well, man, thank you for letting us know what's going on. And like I said, keep us posted, okay?
Well, since that's the first time I've called in, might as well make it worthwhile.
That's right. You can call in anytime. We love to hear from our listeners. You know that. So
yep,
you're welcome.
I know.
You're welcome to call in anytime.
Okay. I figured I'd just let you all know what was going on.
All right. Thank you, John.
Thanks,
we
John.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for calling, John.
You take care,
Yeah,
John.
you guys are welcome.
All right. Take care, buddy.
All
right.
I will.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, John. And on that note, let's turn it over to Shad Biffle for a minute. Let's get these precious metal prices there, Shad. What do you got for us?
All right. Well, first, I want to let everyone know, don't get discouraged if you look at the widget at the bottom of the Gold Prospector space, right? Because that's based off of the U.S. markets, which we closed on Friday.
Correct.
So those prices are only as of the 20th of October.
Okay.
Which shows gold dropped $10.
Correct.
To $1,280.
$1,280, right.
But got to remember, precious metals are international markets impacted, and they're hot and running. The gold's already climbed back up $6.10 from that, so it's at $1,286.10 and tracking up.
Awesome.
Silver also is rebounding from Friday up to $17.28.
Mm-hmm.
Platinum as well to $926.45.
Okay.
And that wonderful palladium that was up $13 on Friday is up $5.60 even more, up to $976.60.
Man, I'm gonna become a palladium miner.
It's a hot commodity right now.
I'm a lead miner.
I don't know. Can you dredge that up?
I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. Man, that's why I want to be a palladium miner. Holy cow! It's just climbing. Man, thank you, Shad. We appreciate that, man.
You're welcome.
All right, now get the heck out of here. Go pick your kids up from work.
Yes, go play dad taxi.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go be an Uber driver. And thank you very much.
But I will have GPS on my phone listening to the show.
All right, we appreciate it. That's what good producers do. That way you can keep an eye on us to make sure we're not screwing up nothing too bad. Thanks, Shad. All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back, everybody.
In 1858, gold was discovered in the rivers of New Caledonia. This discovery would spark a massive gold rush. Today, the search for gold is much easier, yet still challenging with Dirt Hog Pay Dirt. At Dirt Hog, we pride ourselves on our gold and guaranteed gold amounts. Just visit dirthogpaydirt.com today and buy yourself a bag of the best pay dirt concentrates on the market. Order with confidence in Canada and North America. dirthogpaydirt.com. The best gold concentrates on the market, period. Also, be sure to check out our Honest Bonus program.
Hey everyone, I want to take a minute and talk about a centrifuge that's just been introduced for the prospectors. It's called the Little Gold Spinner. They have 3 models. They have the Creekside, which is on wheels. They have the electric model, which can be used at home or with a generator. And they have the Prospector model, which can be set in a creek and up to 14 inches of water. They also have a wash box like a high banker attachment for the Creekside and Prospector models. It is compact and very portable. Little Gold Spinner is made to run raw material, but is efficient enough to use as a finisher for your concentrates. It's been tested to recover 99+%. I have seen the Little Gold Spinner in the field, and I have seen it work. It does recover gold right down to the fine powder. The Little Gold Spinner is very simple to set up and run. About 1 minute of setup time with no leveling. Just set it and start running dirt. Cleanout's very easy and quick also. Pull the plug out of a Little Gold Spinner and rinse your concentrates into your gold pan below. You have about 1 cup of concentrates to pan out, about 1 minute of cleanout time. So be sure and check out their website, theaul.com, or you can give them a call at 574-326-5765. The Little Gold Spinner is completely made in the USA. And remember, if you're going to dig it, get it all, theaul.com. All right, everybody, we're back. And here's another caller. This could be Clint and Ken. All right, hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello, Tim. This is Clint Washburn with Gold Claw.
How are you, Clint?
Good.
Man, nice to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us to come and talk. We aren't both here tonight, just me.
Okay.
I sent Ken off on an airplane ride back to Utah.
Oh, you got him heading out of there, huh? Now, aren't you going
He
to...
is flying as we speak.
And then what's he going to fly back in next week? Or don't you guys got to be somewhere else next week, I think?
Well, yeah, we've been out at the Gold Show, at the GPA Gold Show this weekend.
Okay.
Which is great because we're here in Indianapolis, Indiana. And what are we going to do while we're here, right?
Right.
Besides the GPAA, we're going to go out and find Dennis Dayton and go have some fun with him.
Well, why not?
There's no way we were passing that opportunity.
Heck no. I mean, you guys could be like stalkers and just go and hunt him down.
We felt like stalkers because we were like, how do we get a hold of Dennis? And first we went to his house.
Oh my gosh.
But we didn't know exactly where he lived, so we went to his store.
Okay.
And at the store, we're like, hey, where's Dennis? We want to talk to Dennis. And the guy looks at us like, what, is he in trouble or something?
yeah. Who are you guys?
He's all looking at us. Well, I don't know if you've seen Ken, but he's a big, scary dude. Everybody thinks he's CIA or something when he's walking in the door.
Yeah.
So Dennis, I don't know what you're into, man, but that guy had your back, your cousin or whatever he was there.
Yeah.
But I guess he decided it was okay because he called Paula, and Paula, what a sweetheart. She drove over and said hi to us and got a hold of Dennis for us, and then we found out he was 45 minutes in some other direction.
Right.
So we had to go chase him down there and finally found his secret camp spot. And had some fun with him. It was great.
That's awesome that you get to hang out with him for a little bit while you were there in town. I mean, that's something that don't happen too often, so that's pretty cool.
I know. The distances we all live, and we're online, we're friends, and just to get to meet some of our friends, that was great.
Oh, heck.
So we're grateful to be here in Indianapolis just because, we're out west, and there's so much going on out here in the east, and all that distance, and we actually got to come out and meet some of the folks. It was really good.
That is awesome. Now, if I'm wrong, wasn't you debuting a new product at this show?
Well, yeah, we've got a big event going on right now, and so that's why we asked if you don't mind we call in. And
no, of course not.
Just wanted to share it with all the people because it's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, before I get in there, I just want to thank everybody, though. I mean, we've been on the radar now for about a year.
Right.
And the gold community has just really opened up their arms to us and embraced us. So we just wanted to give some shout-outs there and just thank your audience and all those people out there on Facebook that are being so kind to us.
Awesome.
And you guys, too. I mean, the people at GPS, you and Dennis and Shad and Kathleen, we'll eventually get them using a Gold Claw one of these days.
Yeah.
And Swiftwater, Cooley,
I can't train myself
team.
very well.
Well, we appreciate it, Clint.
We get it, though. I mean, I've said this on your show before, but you put this in the hands of a brand new rookie, and they just go right to it. All they need to do is see you do it once.
Yep.
You put it in the hands of a pro, and their muscle memory kicks in, and they just keep doing those instinctual motions. So
yes, we do. That's
we gotta cut them some slack. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do. You have to forgive us on that one. It's a learning process for us. I mean, that's the thing, and we'll get there. We will. But Shad uses his a lot of times.
Yes, he does.
Is that right?
Yes, I've seen him literally use it. So
I think we have nothing but clear ones now. And one day he was using it in the creek, and then he couldn't find it. Transparent.
They disappear in the water.
Yeah,
that is for sure.
It did turn up. So.
No, that's funny.
We'll have to figure out how to get you one of those purple ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she needs a purple. I love the black one. I'm sorry. I think the black one is awesome.
That would be neat too.
Oh
that's top secret.
Oh, that's right.
Now you spilled the beans.
What did I say?
We made a very small batch of black ones, just playing with that color, just because you on the show said you got to have a black one.
The special edition.
And we secretly shipped one out to you.
Special edition. You're right.
And so and we sent you two. Have you decided what to do with the other one yet?
We actually, at the Cronies Club outing, we used that as one of our prizes. And Bill, the owner of Bill's Pure Gold in Ohio, he won one of the drawings, and he was drawn to that thing like a magnet, and he was all over it. So
it's one of very few out there in the universe right now.
That's what I told him, and he loves it. He had been wanting one, and that was perfect. So you made that man very happy, Clint. Thank you. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm so glad to hear.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, the reason we really wanted to be on tonight is because we're doing something neat, and that is that our second product, the Pocket Pan, is on Kickstarter right now.
Okay.
And we wanted you and your audience to know that. So if you want to help be part of launching that, you can go out to Kickstarter and sign up for some of the offers we have out there, and that helps us get the mold paid for,
right,
so that we can actually launch this product.
Mm-hmm. Now, how does that Kickstarter work for people? Like,
so
explain that.
Kickstarter, it's really a neat program.
Mm-hmm.
It lets startups like us do prepayments so that people will go on there and they will pay for the product before the mold is made.
Okay.
And then you can take all those payments and pay for the mold and then make the products. And so what people do is you go out there, you type Kickstarter.com, and in the upper right there's a little little magnifier search button there. You click that, and all you have to do is type in gold. You can type in Gold Claw, but just gold, and you will find our new project right there. So you click on our project, it'll say the Pocket Pan on it, and you'll see it. It's a beautiful blue, unique looking Pocket Pan. You click on that, and then you can go in there and, one, you can watch the video and see it in action. Two, you can read down through all the information about it to tell you more. But then on the right hand side there's offers, and those offers are for you to choose from to help support the project.
Okay.
And so there's two offers on there that you guys will probably be the most interested. One of them is a 42% discount.
Oh, wow.
The other one is a 51% discount. I think there's more than one at 51%. And so basically our thanks back is we lower the prices. These are the lowest prices you get on these products for the year.
Sure.
On the Kickstarter. So that's our thanks back to you, and then it helps us get that mold actually built so we can produce them.
Right. Which makes sense. And it's like, they're just like pre-ordering it. So that's what's really cool.
It's just a pre-order.
Yeah.
That's as simple as it is.
It's a big discount on a pre-order is what it is. If you don't mind waiting a little bit, you're going to get a great deal on the product. So it's awesome.
Now you get 51% discount.
Yeah.
If you, depending on which offer you choose. Now, we jumped the gun just a little bit. We had such a good early response that we actually told the mold maker to get started.
Oh, wow.
And we received our first prototype. They built it Friday. They overnighted it, and Saturday delivered it to us here at the show.
Oh, cool.
And we got our first prototypes in hand, and they look beautiful.
Nice.
And we took some of those and gave a few of those out for people to play around with. And Dennis is one of those guys that happened to get his hands on one.
He bragged about
they're
it.
So cool.
Yeah, he already did his bragging at the beginning of the show that he got one. It's like, yeah.
So, and they look great, and I cannot believe how good these things catch the gold.
Yeah,
And, this thing almost didn't happen at all because some of the people out on Facebook and that would come up and talk to me said, "Hey, can you make a little one that goes in your pocket?" I was just like, what do you want a little one for?
I know, right?
A toy one. I'm just like, come on, let's make a big one, not a little one, right?
Yeah, right. You think bigger.
Yeah, let's make one that's super big, and which we're working on that one too. But they just keep working me, just like Dennis in purple, right?
Right.
Make it purple.
Purple.
And so I'm just like, so many people are saying this. I got to get serious about it. So I made a little prototype and started playing with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I absolutely fell in love with it. Then I got it because, I mean, just think of all the things you can do with a little pan. One, have you ever been that guy that takes a tablespoon and puts it in a pan and works out the superfine gold, and then another tablespoon?
That's me.
Why do that with a big heavy pan?
Good point.
Do it with a little pan,
Yeah.
right? Do it with a little guy that's not going to wear
less
your arm.
water to use it since it's smaller?
Wait, what was that, Kathleen?
Do you need less water to use the little bucket?
Well, that's the beauty of it. Is remember when you guys were in that hotel trying to pan in that sink, and we were all laughing at you. That little teeny thing, I can pan inside my gold claw pan.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
It uses such a small amount of water, you can put a little dish right there in front of you and pan right there.
That's a good idea.
So it helps you in that scenario. If you're crevicing, remember how Dennis said he had a crevice and he could barely fit his gold claw in there? Even smaller ones now, you can get in there and crevice with this thing. It fits in your pocket, it's in your glove box, it's wherever, it's just conveniently right there. And I don't know about you guys, but I usually don't grab my gold pan everywhere I go thinking I'm going to find something. I usually get out there on the road, and then I find something. I go, I got to check that dirt out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wish you had your pan with you.
Right.
So
And that's
there's just so many different applications. I've just fallen in love with it.
I like the idea you could toss it in your glove box or in your center console, and it's just like there if you need it. It's just there,
You pack your suitcase when you travel.
I stored it in my laptop bag.
Oh, there you go, there too, right.
And you can make a sundae. It's a perfect size to make a sundae.
Oh, you could put an ice cream sundae.
Put a banana,
What
put
is
a banana
this?
split, put a banana in it, fill it with ice cream. It's the perfect same size. You go and buy.
I want my pocket pan back. You're not eating a sundae in there.
That is a good idea.
Well, I guess you could if you want to.
That's a good idea. I like
That's
that.
funny.
Yeah, but now we actually seen this product when we were in Vegas. That was when you actually introduced
Yeah, that was the very first
Mhm.
concept. It was a little rougher looking, and we
Right.
had it under those lights and
it. It looked really cool.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
And so now it's actually been refined a little bit. It looks a lot nicer and a lot more playing with it. So we have got some features in here that I just can't believe how good they grab at gold. I shouldn't say this on there. So I'm going to be Ken for a minute.
Okay.
We might have to update that 2017 mold and make a 2018 model of the original gold claw with some of these features. They just catch the gold like crazy.
That sounds interesting too, though. You're going to put maybe some of the features of the small pan into the gold claw. Well, it could be.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a place to sneak them in there. So
See, you're always tweaking, right? I mean, it's like, okay, maybe we should do this, and then you do, and you just keep making it better and better. You're making a great product.
That's right.
Even greater.
That's
than what
right.
it would be. It's amazing. I got to see this thing in action now. This little one. I like the idea, like you said, the tablespoon of cons you just put in there, because I know a lot of times, like if I get pay dirt, that's why I like doing it, a tablespoon at a time, and just sitting there and just playing with it. So that would be
turn
awesome.
on the tube.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
To a
See,
bowl of black sand.
that would be really.
I do too.
That would be cool. See, I think it would really be nice, and it's just easy to carry with you. Because I'm with you. I don't see. I should have a gold pan in my car, and I don't. When I had my truck, I always kept one behind the seat, but in my car, I do not have one. And maybe this is something I could consider. Taking one of them, toss it in the glove box, and it's there, just in case. Come to one of those small little creeks and go, God, I wish I had a way to check this. there you go.
If you had a little black one, it would match.
It would. A little black one would be like perfect.
You're still pushing that black one, aren't you? So haven't you been educated yet by Dennis?
No. Dennis, educate?
Purple is the new black.
Those two words don't even go in the same sentence, Clint.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you said you liked purple, Tim.
Huh?
I thought you said you liked the purple. You was impressed with it.
I loved your purple gold pan that I got from you. Yeah, I like the purple, but I like black. I mean, black is my favorite pan there is. That's my favorite cleanup pan. Is my small black one I have, you know. But I do. Well, you know, Dennis. Every time I go, I use my purple.
I have
pan.
this feeling black is coming in the future. I just have that gut feeling.
Cool. That'd be nice. Yeah, it's just, just works for me. But yes, Dennis, the purple does work for me too.
Well, purple's pretty cool. It shows the gold really well,
it does.
And it shows the black sands. The black sands blend into a black tan.
Yeah, right. The black
sands
do.
A little bit buried. It's kind of hard to tell. You have a thick spot.
Mm-hmm. Right. But the purple, it just jumps out at you, the black sands and the gold.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
But I like to be different, I guess, you know. Maybe that's what
Well,
I'd
just like to remind everybody what's really going on here. I mean, we got so many people out there saying we loved it, we bought it, and we love it. We have a whole nother handful of people saying, this piece of crap, there's no way this thing could ever work, and let me give you the 10 reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
It's just super polar, but of course those are the ones that haven't tried it yet.
Right.
But here's really what's going on. There's other fast panning methods out there. But what's really unique about this one is all those other techniques require skill. They require practice.
Sure.
And experience.
Mm-hmm.
This gold cloth pan, the technique used, the shake and tilt method, it does not take training to pick this thing up and use it.
Right.
It may require some unlearning from some of the pros.
Right.
but for rookies, it doesn't require any experience or training. And so it's opening the door to people that just don't have panning skills to come in and just move tons of dirt like a pro.
Right. Right.
And for people like my son Ty, I took him out panning, trying to get him hooked, and he liked it until he panned. And he spent a half hour on that pan, and he got so frustrated, I literally couldn't get him back out.
Oh, wow.
And then the gold cloth came along, and now he says he loves panning again.
Well, that's good. You know, because
now I can do it finally. He said he just doesn't have. He's a millennial, right? He doesn't have the patience,
right,
to sit there and practice until he's got the skill.
Right. But if you watch like you guys' videos where it shows using the pan, it's so nice. And I've seen Ed, actually, he was doing demonstrations with it at Gold Rush Days. And it's just like, it just works. And it's so quick and simple. And it's like, okay, right, you just got to...
It's hard to believe that it could really go that fast, but it really does.
It is very fast. And that is what's nice about it. It's quick. I mean, it's real quick. When I was watching them, I'm like, oh, my, yeah. And next thing you know, boom, there's your fine gold. I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, that's just amazing. And they make it look so simple. And like you said, for some of us, it just takes that retraining your brain to do it this way, not the way we're so used to doing it. But if you can do it, it's awesome. It does what you say it'll do.
You kind of brought up an interesting point there.
Mm-hmm.
We have to unlearn that circular swirl motion.
And I do it every time.
And we have to unlearn that dipping and washing motion. Those two are the big ones you unlearn.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm not the first one to come up with the side-to-side thing. That's something that's growing out there amongst the experts of really nasty fine black sands.
Right.
Have you ever watched Steve Pomeranke pan?
Yeah. Yeah.
His life is that nasty sea black sand.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen him, it's side to side.
Yes.
In a conventional pan, but
yes,
it's side to side.
It's side to side. You're right. It always is.
It's not swirling.
Yep. This is true. And it works. So that's what I mean. If anybody listening hasn't tried it, the gold claw pan, get your hands on one and try it. You're going to be amazed. And I suggest you watch the video to see how to do it, because if not, you're going to get out there and you're going to swirl it around, and you're going to do it like we do. Watch the video. It takes a minute to watch this video and see how easy it is to use this gold claw pan. And you're going to say, wow, this thing just works. And it does. And that's what's great about it. And I hope the pocket pan works just as easy as the gold claw pan.
It is. It's just as fast, just as easy. And it has those additional nuanced features that, oh my gosh, does it hold on to the gold.
And do you do this pocket pan the same? Is it the same technique that we use for the regular gold claw pan?
It's exactly the same technique. It's just a tiny version of it.
It's just a smaller version of it. Okay. So, easy enough. Dennis, did you try yours? Dennis.
Yeah.
Did you try yours this weekend?
No, actually, I didn't. I haven't tried mine.
Okay.
I got my cons, and when I go through it, I'm going to be using it on that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Good.
I'll tell you somebody who has. It's Jesse and Ed.
Mm-hmm. They
ended up with one this weekend, and they were working the panning booth at the show, and they've been using it quite a bit, and they were just raving about it. They love it.
Okay. So they actually tried it out there at the show, and they loved it, huh? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Let's see. But that's very cool. I'm very happy for you, Clint. I'm glad you guys got that getting ready to come out for everybody to get a hold of one of them. So I encourage everyone.
So just a reminder, you go to Kickstarter.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you click on that little search menu, and you type in gold, and then you'll see the pocket pan. It says tiny pocket-sized pan right on it, and you'll see it. It's blue, and it looks very much like the original gold claw.
Mm-hmm.
You click in there, and then you look on the right-hand side, and you'll see the offers. And look for the ones that are 42% and 51% off.
Those
cool. Are the sweet spot. Yeah.
I know somebody posted a link to it in the chat room, so I'm going to click on it real quick. I want to see something. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay.
Do we have any questions that came up out there?
In the chat room?
Yeah.
No, you're not in the chat room. You can't see. Let me scroll through them real quick. Don't mind me. No, no questions.
There's just one more thing I'll point out while you're checking.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned go out and look at the video and see how fast it really is.
Mm-hmm.
So that small group of people that didn't get one, but they're saying there's no way you can go that fast.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to remind everybody out there that those large fins, when you pan any material, it's going to behave differently depending on the properties of the dirt and the gold. But when you pan it forward and get it vertical and bring it back slow, you can see where your gold is on those fins.
Uh-huh.
And what you're looking for is 90% in the pan, 10% on that first ridge, a flake or two on the third ridge, and nothing on the fourth. If you're panning like that, no matter what your material, you're at your right speed. If you're starting to see gold up on that outer ridge, you slow down and match the speed to the material. And if you see no gold out on those fins, you're going way too slow and you're losing time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can speed it up. So you tune it to whatever the material is, and you're not going to lose your gold.
Right. See, I'm checking out your Kickstarter page right now, and that is a great deal you got going on them things. Yeah, I encourage everybody to click on over there and check this out. It's 42% off, 24% off, 51% off. There's some you got some great deals going on here. So if anybody's considering this, they need to go over there and check it out right away.
Oh, yeah. Take advantage of it while you can.
Yes, the link is posted again in the chat room in a couple times, so you can click on that and definitely great deals there, Clint. Thank you, buddy. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And once the Kickstarter's over, then it goes back to normal pricing.
Right. Let's see. Okay.
And there's 9 days left.
9 days left on the Kickstarter.
Yeah, there are 9 days left to go.
Okay.
So it's about 1 week.
Okay, so you guys got a week if you're listening. So
In
jump on.
fact, it ends next Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, but the following.
Following Wednesday.
If I remember right.
Awesome. Man, so good luck
And-
with that, brother. That is cool.
And the reason I did that was because of your show. I wanted to end the day of your show so nobody could forget the last day.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I might call in then and just remind everybody.
You could do that. Call in real quick. Say, this is the last day. You better get on.
Just a reminder.
Yep.
Over and out.
Yep. Just a quick reminder. Thank you. Goodbye. That's all you got to do.
Exactly.
Pretty simple.
Well, thank you, Tim. Thanks for having me on.
You're
I
very
appreciate it.
welcome. Thank you, Clint, for everything you do. And keep up the good work, brother. And, thank you. Definitely.
You're welcome.
All right. You take care, brother.
You take care, too.
All right. Bye, Clint.
Hey, Clint.
All right. That was our friend Clint from Gold Claw. Very cool. That's pretty neat. All righty. Now, where was we? Oh, it's 9. Well, wait. There's somebody calling. Hold on a second. All right. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Nugget Brain Wayne in Colorado.
Hey, Wayne. What's happening?
Oh, not much. Hey, those Gold Claw pans are awesome.
Yeah, have you used one?
Oh, yeah, I've used one, and they even donated some, and we used them for giveaways at our show we had, and then we used them for giveaways at our outings, and 2 weeks ago they had an outing over in Oklahoma, and they gave one away there.
Yeah, Gold Claw guys are pretty generous with the giveaways, and they do have a great product. That's cool that you've got to use one, and awesome. So what's been happening with you?
Oh, it's been a long summer. I spent 6 weekends up in Silverton, Colorado area.
Uh-huh.
We now picked up 9 gold claims.
Very nice.
To use, and we have a lifetime membership.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be even more coming along. And done a couple gem and mineral shows. I just did one 2 weeks ago over in Moab, Utah. And it was the first time in, I don't know how many years they've been doing the show, but I'm going to say 25, 30 years. It was the first time they ever had gold panning for the kids, and they want me to come back next year, and then we're going to do gold metal detecting with the kids also.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So it's been busy, and we've been out looking for, my children and I have been out looking for the Fen treasure. We made 4 trips so far to an area that we've been exploring, and haven't found it yet, but $2.5 million. There's $2.5 million worth of gold and gems and everything else is waiting for us.
Yes, it is. Well, that's cool that you're getting out there and looking for it. At least somebody we know is. Yep. Very nice. Good luck. If you find it, be sure.
My son and I have been going metal detecting with my daughter, and my son found, it's on my Facebook page, my son found a 24-inch men's necklace, 18 karat gold, worth over $900.
Oh, great find. Very nice.
Metal we filled up a gallon jar of garbage and a half of mason jar full of coins already.
Oh, wow.
So
you've been busy.
Hitting it hard.
Yeah, you've definitely been busy this summer. We hadn't heard from you for a little bit, and I was wondering what's been going on with you. You got anything coming up here in the future?
Not right now, but April of next year, we're going to do a treasure show in Durango, Colorado. We've already rented the hall and the covered patio, and then we have the arena that we rented, and we're going to do a big silver hunt out there. We're going to plant silver, and you bring out your metal detectors, you pay a fee to get in, and who knows how much silver you're going to walk away with.
Okay.
And, the weekend of July 4th is on a Wednesday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the weekend just before it, we're going to have our big hunt over here in Mancos, Colorado. And then next year again in October, we'll have our antler hunt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you you make sure you give us a call before April again so we can remind everybody about this. And then if you guys get something before then, of course, give us a call and announce it to everybody. That way they're aware of these outings and events you have up that way, Definitely. Mm-hmm.
And if you go on our main site for Watts, they also have a picture of my son and his gold necklace on there.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Very neat. We'll check that out.
We're inviting everybody to join Watts this year. It's going to be a great year. We got a lot planned, and we got a lot of shows we're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be traveling a lot this year, visiting clubs and organizations, and so it's going to be a super year for Watts.
Very nice. Yeah, you keep us posted, Wayne, okay? Like you always do.
Well, I try.
Yes.
If I don't get out there, nobody else will.
Right. Well, we appreciate it, man. And like I said, keep in touch. Let us know what's going on, okay? And tell your son congrats on that find. Great find.
All right. Thank you, and have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon.
You're welcome. Take care, Wayne. Bye, buddy.
Bye.
All right. Pretty cool. That was a sweet find. All right. Now you know what. Where are we at anyway? Somebody help me here.
Giveaway?
Yeah. And then we got our. Then I got to do my Gold Rush thingy. I forgot.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Kathleen, why don't you get a name? And first
I
off,
have a name.
Okay. First off, we're gonna give away a bag of Jimbo's Gold, and the rules are as always. You have 1 minute 30 seconds to answer in the chat room that you are here. So, Kathleen, let's hear it.
We have James Light.
One more time.
James Light.
Jane? James Light. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Oh, he's already there.
There he is.
Congrats, James. Should I let this continue playing? I'll give Dennis a break. Gosh. Congrats, James. Oh, what'd I do? I don't know what I even did. All right. Very cool. James, Rich will be sending you a little message to give him your mailing info. We'll get that out to Jimbo, and you will get a bag of Jimbo's Gold concentrate.
And post pictures.
Yes, please post pictures. Please, 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 please. Now,
Yeah, I would like that people that was at the Crony Club outing, especially if you have gold, post it. But, of course, if you won something, like everybody did get something.
Yeah.
But,
Everybody had something.
Yeah, post that too. Yeah.
Please post it, let everybody know, hey, you were at the Crony Club outing, this is what you got.
This is what you missed by not being a crony and not coming to the outing. Heck yeah, you're right, Rich. Yeah, thank you. For sure. Now, I guess I will go on, kick it on over to the Gold Rush moments, we'll call it for right now. Wasn't a very exciting Gold Rush, I'm going to say, this week, It,
You're going to do a spoiler alert for me, because I didn't.
Okay, well, you didn't really miss. You didn't miss much this week, honestly, Kathleen. I was like, really, not the greatest show. Well, first off, we start off with somebody was shooting at the Hoffman crew.
Oh yeah, I reported this too when it happened.
Yeah. Well, so it actually made the show, and
wow,
the person was apprehended and arrested, so that's one good thing. Nobody was hurt. They got the person. I don't know. I guess they're upset because they're driving up and down that road to get to their mine or something.
So they were shooting at him?
Yeah, literally.
That's terrible.
Pulled out a gun and started shooting at him. They thought that the guy needed help or something, they said, and they pulled up, and the guy just started ripping into him, and they started to pull away, and they seen him reach into his pants and pull out a gun and started shooting at him. It's like, what in the world? That's just craziness. But
did they show it on the show?
No, of course not. No, they did not show it. But that was one of the things that happened with the Hoffmans this week. And then they got snowed in on one day, so it looked like they lost a day of running because of the weather and the shooting incident. Tony Beats did finally get down to his dredge and started taking it apart, with his Tony Beats method of rip and tear and, let it land where it might, and we'll worry about it when the time comes of putting it back together. But they're making some headway, and, I predict this week they'll get her torn down pretty good. Look like they got the sluice boxes off and all the exterior metal siding and stuff like that. So it's moving along. It's getting there. They couldn't get their barge down there yet because they're still having engine trouble. So they just flew down there and worked on it. But
so what about the cleanup race? Did they do any cleanup?
Okay, yes, the cleanup race. Now, as you all know, Parker's only running one wash plant right now still. Todd's running 2. So on that race, Todd got 183 ounces with 2 wash plants. Parker's 1 wash plant, 145. So Parker's still losing by, I forget what, 20, 30 ounces, something like that.
Yeah, but he's running one wash
You're
plant.
right, 1. Now, hopefully this
he's almost
week.
getting as much as the
Right,
2.
now, Parker did open up a new cut that's like the size of like 20 football fields.
Oh, he'll catch up.
And they're down to the pay layer, and he's going to get his second wash plant up and running. So if he gets that second plant up and running, I see Parker shooting ahead by leaps and bounds.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I really do. That's what I see. I mean, Parker had, a lot of breakdowns. One dozer kept giving him a lot of trouble. But 145 ounces for 1 wash plant's pretty darn good. Especially when, Todd, 183, 2 wash plants. So,
And the one guy kept breaking equipment.
Yeah, he was
everything he drew.
If he was having a bad day or just like, what in the world? But
I'm gonna have to make sure and watch this so you don't ruin it for me, because I haven't seen any of them yet and was gonna watch them. So now I know.
No, this is my Gold Rush spoiler section.
Yeah,
that I do every Sunday
it's
to spoil alert for everybody that didn't watch it on Friday. See, this way.
But I still watch them,
Well, yeah, because I'm not perfect. I'm gonna miss a lot of stuff, but it really wasn't that great of a episode. I think this week. I'm hoping next week's better, and I would love to see Parker get that second wash plant up and running. And really,
is he going to be mining that virgin ground next to Tony?
Well, they didn't talk no more about it this week, but I have a feeling by the end of this season they will be over there at least opening up a cut and seeing what they can do. And like I said, we got to see what kind of drama unfolds between him and Tony with that as well. So that I'm sure will be a little later in the season, I bet. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I think that pretty much covered it. Like I said, it wasn't a lot seemed like going on the show this week. It was kind of boring. So next Sunday, I hope I have a little more to talk about in my Gold Rush spoiler alert. Thank you, everybody. You like that, Dennis?
Spoiler alert.
Dennis, you like that spoiler alert?
I won't miss it now. I'll be able to watch every Friday.
Right. See? Then you can tell me if I missed anything. See? That's why I do it. So, awesome. Now, also, we're going to give something else away tonight here in a couple minutes before we wrap it up. One of our friends, Steve Hamilton, over at MakeYourOwnGoldBars.com, he's going to give away a gold pan, vial, and snuffer to one of our members. And actually, he gave us some discount codes that we posted in the Crony Club for the cronies. Get first shot at it, for about a week, and then we'll post it on the main site. Now, if you've never checked out Make Your Own Gold Bars, he carries a little bit of everything. It's more than just Make Your Own Gold Bar stuff. So, but he does got some really cool crucibles for if you melt your gold. Got some pretty neat ones that very interesting. So check that out. And like I said, Kathleen will get another name ready, and we'll give that away tonight as well. And Rich, did you get
Yep, I already sent it to you, buddy.
Awesome, thank you, and that appreciate it. So Kathleen, you just tell me when you're ready, and we'll give away that pan, vial, and snuffer. And the rules are like always: 1 minute 30 seconds to answer that you're here. And so whenever you're ready, Kathleen.
Okay, so I hope I pronounced the last name correct. It's Robert Richley.
Robert One more time.
It's Critchley.
Critchley?
Ritchley.
Robert Critchley. Okay. Oh. What the heck was that noise?
Loud.
It was loud. Robert Critchley. Critchley. That looks right. I think you pronounced it right.
I didn't know how to spell it. I had to look it up real quick.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's right. Robert Critchley. Critchley. Yeah, I think you got it, Kathleen.
Okay, good.
Close enough. Come on, Robert. You've got less than a minute remaining. Dan, I can play the song again, but I won't, Dennis. No worries. Get ready with the second name, Kathleen. Just in case Robert is not here. 30 seconds.
Out there, Robert.
Robert Critchley. Dun, 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 dun. And while we're waiting on Robert, like I've said it many times before, if you like what we do here and what we do on the site, be sure and become a patron. You can click the patron tab on any page here on Gold Prospector Space and become a patron. That helps us to help you. So we appreciate everybody's help. And also don't forget you can become a crony. And this month we're giving away a Dream Mat. I think it's a Dream Rat Mat or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dennis. Go on, Kathleen. New name.
The
mini rat or something. That's what it's called.
It says right on it.
Oh crap!
All right, next one.
Gold Rat Mini Mat. We're giving away to one of our cronies. All right, and a sample bag of Tommy Knocker's Pay Dirt. So next name, Kathleen.
All right, I have Terry Gentile.
Terry Gentile. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Terry Gentile. Or is it Terry Gentili?
Oh.
G-E.
It could be Gentili.
I don't know.
It could be. Or it could be Gentile. Terry Gentile.
Terry Gentile, are you out there?
Dun, dun, dun. Are you here, Terry? Dun, 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 dun. Yes. Yep. Yes, and yes. Tiki-taki. Gentile. Gentile. Terry Gentile.
Maybe.
That's
TikTok, TikTok.
Yes, TikTok, TikTok. 30 seconds. Bum, 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 bum. Get ready with another day.
They have left the house.
Wow.
Refresh the page, maybe.
20 seconds. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, right. I'm telling you, the pressure. Yes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
All
right, Kathleen, new name.
I have a new name. James Griffin.
James Griffin.
We know him.
James Griffin.
Terry, you're too late. She's already drew another name. If James doesn't answer, maybe we'll give it to Terry.
They're saying she said she was here.
She said it after we already picked a new name. Yeah. After the buzzer went. If James doesn't answer, we will give it to Terry. How's that sound?
All right.
Sound fair?
Yep.
Sounds fair to me. Dun, 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 dun. Come on. 30 seconds. 30 seconds for Oh, my goodness.
That's why we do the minute and 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the lag.
All right.
Plenty of time.
Yep, 1 minute 30 seconds is more than adequate time. More than enough time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We must have a big long delay because
right.
everyone's saying that he was there.
Yeah, when they said they were here, that was 10 seconds after we'd already called the name,
right.
the new name.
We'll give it to Terry.
We're going to give it to Terry, though, because James didn't answer.
Right.
So, Terry, you got it. Congratulations. You lucked out on that one. You got to be quick. 1 minute, 30 seconds is plenty of time. Yeah, so congratulations, Terry. And thank you to Steve Hamilton at MakeYourOwnGoldBars.com for that giveaway. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And thanks to Jimbo at Jimbo's Gold for his nice giveaway tonight, too, as well. Man, so what are we forgetting here?
I always like to see where people are from.
Uh-huh.
You know, when we pick the winners, just to see, how many people we reach out there. And I don't know where Terry's from.
I don't know. I hope she's in the United States because they have to be in the United States to
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, Terry.
I think so. They know Scott Swiftwater.
Terry, Rich is going to send you a message. Give him your address and all your mailing info, and I'll get that.
Already sent her a side chat, just waiting on them to reply.
Yep. Terry, just reply to Rich's side chat with all your mailing info.
And tell us where they're from.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know there is a delay, folks. We know that.
Yes.
That's why you have 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Right. That's exactly.
And when I type the name in right after he says it. Then you don't hear it for 10 or 15 seconds, but you should already read the name when I'm typing it in.
Yeah, and that gets your attention.
So
that
should get your attention before you hear it.
Well, Terry is in Illinois. So
Illinois.
Cool.
He's in Illinois.
In Illinois.
And you guys were saying she. It's a he.
It's a he. Okay, I'm sorry, Terry.
I knew it was a he.
Well, congratulations, Terry. And like I said, that's why we have the delay, and that's why we do 1 minute 30
seconds. That's why I type the name in before they hear it.
Right, exactly. The name goes up, and it's like, yep.
I typed it twice.
Yeah, I mean, we say we're getting ready to do a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway. Kathleen draw a name. She draws the name. Rich types it in the chat room. And then, so.
And then they hear it.
And then they hear it. So, right. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds. Nobody's got a 1 minute and 30 second delay. That's for sure. So that's why it's 1 minute 30 seconds. So congrats to both of our winners tonight, and I'll get that information out to the sponsors that are doing these giveaways, and they will get you your prizes sent out. Very cool.
And James was from Texas.
James is from Texas.
We had an Illinois and Texas.
Cool. Very cool. Let me see. So we got that. We did that. Got that. I think that about covers everything, unless I'm missing something, guys. Am I missing anything?
Are we missing anything, Mr. Producer? He's back from playing Dad Taxi.
Oh, okay. So we're good. I think we've got.
We are good.
All righty. Good. And on that note, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in Wednesday night for our West Coast Wednesday show, and at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we hope you all enjoyed the show. Don't forget, become a crony. And we will be starting a new monthly giveaway on GPS in November for everybody. So be watching for that. It's going to be a great giveaway from our friends over at Gold Hog. So won't want to miss that one either. So thanks again for tuning in. And until Wednesday, have a great week, everybody. Good night, all.
Good night, all.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.